just announced the A6500 today. Oops. In Sony world, 8 weeks is a whole new camera iteration. They know there's a problem with the A6300, which is why the successor has been announced in the same year. Sony should do a straight swap for current owners. Remember the other day when I said...
So yeah, what was going on last night was I was recording in 4K, and about the 6 to 7, 8 minute mark, my camera was doing the same thing. It was doing that weird glitchy thing. And I don't know what the problem exactly is. It's gotta be something inside, electronic, the sensor, something's wrong with it.
So yeah, I had to send my A6300 back because there was a weird glitchy problem, so it's getting fixed. But on the positive side, I kept saying great things about that camera because it's a fantastic camera. It takes excellent video, it has a mic input, and it takes amazing photos. So I love that camera, it's awesome. The other day, slightly after I returned my camera, Sony announced, surprisingly to everybody, that they were coming out with a new APS-C version, a better version of my camera. The hold on a second. The A6500, that camera, like way better, super cool. And I won't get into all the details of what makes it better, it's just there's a few things in it that make it better. But you're looking at a $1,000 camera versus a $1,400 camera. So there's a lot of people out there now saying, your camera is, I just bought the A6300, I'm all pissed off because Sony came out with this new camera, I can't believe it, it's got all this stuff that I wanted in my camera. And then there's other people saying now the A6300 is obsolete. This is the A6000, this is now 2 generations behind this camera. I can still take awesome pictures with it. It's not obsolete. Hold on a second. See this crazy camera? This is from the 1980s. And it's super old-timey, uses film, and it's kind of expensive to process the film. But it still takes pictures, and it's awesome. It's not obsolete. See this camera? This is a 35mm camera from the 70s, and it's not obsolete. It still takes awesome pictures. See this old camera from like the 50s or 60s? The film is ridiculously hard to find. It's almost impossible. It takes really crappy photos, but I can still use it. It's still not obsolete. So to say your new camera is obsolete because they just came out with a better version of your camera, that's really stupid. Like your camera, if you can still take pictures with it, it's not obsolete. On top of, what did you get into the hobby for in the first place? If you got into the hobby to take photos and video, and you can still do that with whatever you've got, it's not obsolete. If you're upset because the new item out there that just came out is presumably better, and now you're all ticked off, that's a personal problem, I guess. But really, it's kind of dumb because let's say you just bought it yesterday, and then they just announced this camera, let's say you bought the A6300, they just announced the A6500. Take your camera back to the store and get your money back, and then wait and order the new one. Or let's say you bought it 30 days ago, or 90 days ago, take it back and get your money back, because you normally in most places give you like 90 days or something, and you can get your money back and no big deal. Let's say you've had it for 6 months like me, then if you really want that camera, sell it and then pay the extra money to get the other one. Either way, the thing is you're gonna have to pay more for this camera. And the other thing is Sony's not admitting anything. They're just coming out with new technology. I'm not understanding the problem some people are having out there. It just sounds like a bunch of whiny babies complaining because they don't have something that something else has. Like it's not the end of the world. If you really want that camera, then get the camera. And what do you expect from a manufacturer? They're bringing new products to the table. So it's not an admission that they made a mistake. It's not an admission that the camera sucked because they're still selling it. It's just giving people more options out there to buy something. I think it's a cool camera. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get rid of my 6300 when I get it. To get it, the A6300 is still a cool camera, so I don't know. And again, you're gonna have to pay for those extra features. Oh, one last thing. So a bunch of people were saying the A6300 should have had all these features that this camera has. No, it shouldn't have. If it was meant to have those features, it would have had those features, but they didn't. So for whatever reason, they didn't have those features then. They have them now. They're just putting out better stuff. That just means down the road, we're gonna keep getting better stuff. So yes, maybe in 8 weeks, they will announce another super cool, affordable camera. Am I gonna be upset with it? No. I mean, this isn't any different than what Apple's doing, so. Sony, good job. Still bummed about my camera, but I think it's awesome. And if you need somebody to test out the 6500, I totally would do that. You can just mail it, contact me through my email, and we'll work out everything. Anyway, have a good one. See ya.